If you remember, when we used Redux inside vanilla JavaScript, we have created all in one file. We have included initial state, reducer, action creator, store all inside one file. But now we are learning how to use Redux in React. So from starting itself, it is very important to have professional folder structure. So now I will be showing you two folder structure which you can follow, and also I will tell which folder structure I mostly prefer. So inside this SRC, we have already created components folder. Inside that, we have created our first component, pizza box. Now I will show you first way of creating folder structure of Redux. What most developers do inside SRC, they will be creating one folder. They will give the folder name as features. And in JavaScript, we have seen pizza shop where we are selling pizza and burger. So for each feature, different folders will be created. Inside these features, they will create pizza. Pizza is one feature. I will be creating pizza folder. Again, inside this feature, I will be creating burger. So in total, I am having two features. So two folders will be created inside this features folder. Now, whatever components we want to create, suppose let's assume I just want to create component for pizza. So inside this, I will be creating pizza box.js. I will not be creating this file inside components. Instead, I will be creating this component inside pizza folder. And then inside this pizza, they will be creating another file pizza slice.js, and inside this pizza slice, they will be writing all the reducers, action creator and initial state. And inside this SRC folder, they will be creating store.js. So this is the first professional folder structure which most of them follow. They will not be creating any components folder. Instead, inside SRC, they will create feature folder and one folder for each feature. Inside that feature, they will be creating component for that folder to display in UI, and then they will be creating this pizza slice in which entire action creator, initial state and reducers will be written. And finally, inside SRC, they are going to create this store.js. So this is the first way of defining this folder structure. But personally, I don't follow this. Let me show you what folder structure I prefer. From here, I will delete these features, and also I will be deleting this store.js. If you want, you can follow the first way, but now I will be showing you the second way. So inside SRC, I will be creating components folder. Inside this components folder, I will be creating one folder called Redux. Why? Because inside this Redux, I can write entire logic only related to Redux. I do not have to mess up with my React application. Inside this folder, whatever feature I am having related to Redux, entire thing I will be writing inside this folder. Now I am having pizza and burger. But let us start with pizza. So inside Redux, I will be creating folder pizza. So for our application, we are going to create reducer, we are going to create actions, and also we are going to define action types. So inside this pizza folder, I will be creating three files. Click on this file. I will write pizza actions.js. Then I will be creating another file. Here I will write pizza types.js. Why separate file? Because I do not have to mess all the variables inside one file. Instead, I will be creating separately, and I am going to import in whichever file it is needed. Then for reducers, again inside this pizza, I will write pizza reducers.js. So in total, I have created three files inside this pizza folder. Then finally, I have to create store, and store is also part of Redux. So inside Redux folder, I will be creating one file store.js, and whatever components we are having, that we are not going to include inside this Redux folder. Instead, whatever components I will be creating, that components will be present inside this components folder. Like if I want to create any component for burger, I will be creating that component file inside this components folder. So inside this Redux, I have created the files for actions, for defining action types, and for writing the reducer. And finally, we need the store. So that is also created inside this Redux folder. And this is the folder structure I follow. Using this, I get clear structure of Redux.